Hello friends, welcome to Geeky Rabbit. Welcome to our series on Cucumber. So now after all, we have seen that how to prepare the Cucumber test cases, and also we have seen the different types of data-driven practices in Cucumber. Now it's time to see important concept related to Cucumber, that is tagging. So remember while seeing the Cucumber options, we have mentioned that we will be seeing tagging in a different session, and today we will be going over through it. So to understand tagging, let us first of all understand this diagram. So whenever you are running any project, so there are different test cases that you are running. So there can be smoke test, there can be sanity test cases, there can be regression test cases, and there can be the end-to-end test cases which will have all of these test cases. So so there is sometimes needs of running only the smoke test cases, and there is a need or sometimes that we need to run the sanity test cases. Also, sometimes we have to do the regression test cases. So in such times, we need a test suite that will be only related to regression test cases, and there will be test cases for smoke testing in the smoke test suite. So such type of different test suites we need. So in order in Cucumber, how we'll identify that which test case is under which particular test suite. So for this we are using tagging. So let us understand tagging first. Let us open our Eclipse. So in here you can see we have, so this is our earlier the feature file. So I will be commenting it out. So let's comment it out, or let it be like this, or this tagging feature. So this is one of the new feature file that I've created, and in here you can see, so this is a new tool application. So it can happen that there can be many scenarios in it, and we have listed them down. So here you can see this is a login scenario, and this is a logout scenario, this is a create profile scenario. So in such a way the feature file can contain multiple scenarios. So now, first of all, we need to define the step definition for each. So now there is only one step in this each scenario. There can be multiple steps as we have seen in this particular feature file. So I have just written one for now, and we are going to see that how tagging works. So we're not going to actually define the scenario in here, but from the name we will understand that this is login scenario, and whatever the steps required for login scenario, that should be written under this. Okay, so this is done. So now let us open a test runner file first, and by making dry run is equal to true, we'll first of all see how many steps are missing. So I guess because you can see this error is coming, so each and every scenario the step definition has not been defined. So let us quickly run and get the snippets. So all will fail now while running. And okay, so we first of all need to give the name of the file in here. So it is picking the old feature file. We'll have to give the name. So this is tags.feature. Okay, now we'll rerun again. Okay, you can see 15 scenarios it ran and it was failed. So now we'll quickly copy the snippets from in here, which will help us to. So these are the implementing missing steps. So what we'll do is we'll just copy this. Yeah, so we'll copy this, and we will also have to create a step definition file. So as there is only one step definition file in here, so let us quickly create that. New class, in here we'll say tags, and we'll just create it. Okay, so this is the one, and yes, let us open this one also. So in here you can see, okay, so now in here this is the earlier feature file. Similarly, we will just give all the snippets in here. Yeah, so now our feature file is ready for tags. We'll just do one thing, we'll comment it out. First of all, let's comment it out. Okay, I'll save this. This is done. So now for each scenario, we are having a step definition in, sorry, we are having a particular method in the step definition file. And now it's time to remove this pending exception. So let us remove. So kindly just import this given. Okay, and also this variable. So just we are just preparing the step definition first, and then we'll see how tagging works. Let's remove this. So whatever the code for each and every steps in here, like for login, that will go under this method. For logout, whatever is the code that will go under this message. So we are skipping the Selenium code and we can write that as per our application. Let us quickly do this. Just a minute. So we are removing all this code. So once it's done, let's just apply tag to each of these scenarios and see how tagging works, how to define the tag cucumber option in test runner file, and what is the advantage of doing that. Yeah, so there are a couple of more. Yeah, so we are done. Okay, so now just save this. And now go in here in tags. Now, first of all, we will define the tags. So let us define. So there, suppose we need to identify that this what type of test case is this. So we can write it as at the rate. So this can be a smoke test. So accordingly, we'll write that this type of test is this. So these 15 scenarios, 15, 16 scenarios will divide into different categories. That is smoke. Then let first of all define this as these 5 scenarios comes under smoke test. So whenever the smoke test runs, this 5 scenarios should run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the next one are the part of regression. So we'll write regression test. Regression test. Okay. So now this is a regression test. This is also a regression test. This is a regression test. This is a regression test. And this is a regression test. And now the last ones are something related to end-to-end. So we'll write end-to-end test. Okay, and we will also mix a few. So there can be some test cases that are a part of both smoke end-to-end and as well as regression. So a test case can be a part of different test suites also. So we'll define that logic. So we'll keep, so from regression, we'll take 2 into smoke test as well. So we'll add this to it. So we'll add 2 to smoke test. Okay, and now in end-to-end, we'll define a few scenarios that are part of the regression as well as smoke. So this comes under smoke also. So we are just identifying that this test case comes under which of this particular test suite. Okay, so once this is done, okay, so now this is done and tagging is being applied to all the test cases. Now it's time and also the step definition is present. So now it's time to go to the test runner file, and here we can use the cucumber options of tag. So in here we will specify tags equal to. So first of all, we'll run for a single tag. So that can be defined as tag equal to like something like smoke test. So we'll run for smoke test. So whatever is the tag for smoke test, we have to provide in here. So now Cucumber will understand that in this run, it will only have to run the smoke test. So whatever test cases is having the smoke test tag, those will get run. So let's quickly run this and see what the result are. Okay. So now just quickly go and run it. And now you can see there are a total of 10 test cases which are having tags of smoke test that ran. So 10 scenarios were executed, and if we count the smoke test cases, we will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then again this 6, 7, and this one is the 8, 9, 10. So exactly the tagging is working, and only the so whatever the test cases which are defined in the smoke test suite, those will only run. So now if we So suppose now if you want to run the test cases which are a part of smoke test as well as the regression test. So in this case, what we'll do is we'll specify in here space, comma, and the tag name of regression test. So this comma is equal to or. So this comma is means or. So this will execute the test cases which are either smoke or which are either a part of regression test. So let us quickly run and see what is the result. So see 13 scenario got executed and exactly 13 scenarios are having the tag name as smoke test or either regression test. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and now these are not having smoke test, so this will be skipped. Then this is having 11, 12, and this is 13. So exactly 13 scenario got passed. So this comma indicates or. So now if you want to run the test cases for for the tags, so whichever test case is having the tag as smoke test as well as regression test, only those you want to run. So there is something like and condition. So in here it will work something like this. Just give a comma after this colon. So the tag should be a part of different colons. So this will work as an and condition. The previously, whenever we used comma in this format, so this worked as an or condition. But if you want to specify and condition, then this will work. So in this, Cucumber will understand that we will have to run only the test cases which is having both the tags. So let's quickly run and see what is the result. And you can see only 5 scenario ran. So if we can go and see how many of them are having smoke and regression both. So smoke and regression, both the tags attached to this test case. So 1, 2, 3, and there are a couple of more. So this 4 and 5. So only this 5 scenario ran. So this is a differentiator between and or condition. So and condition and or condition can be specified something like this. Let's write them down. So this is an and condition. And if you want to see what is or, just copy this and just remove this. So this is the differentiator between or and and condition. So we'll just comment it out. This is just for knowledge purpose. Now suppose we want to run a test case. So we have given the different tags in here and we want to skip this smoke test tag. So for that we will have to use this special symbol, and this will indicate the cucumber that you have to run only the regression tests. So if you can see, if you run, so now the test cases which are having the regression tag, only those should run. And you can see, so we'll count in here. So only the test cases which are having just regression tag. So this is the one test case, but it is also having smoke tests. So this was kept. So this is the one which ran 1, 2, 3. These were the 3 test cases that were ran as a part of this run. And now this test case is also having regression test, but apart from this, it is having smoke test as well as end-to-end test case tag also. That's why they were skipped. So this special symbol is used to skip any particular tags. So now if we give it here also, like just like this, and if we define one more tag, so now ideally all the test cases having one or the other tags. So if we do end to end here, so the result will show that, so no scenario should run as we are skipping all the tags in here by giving this special symbol. So just quickly do that, and in case sir, see 0 scenarios were executed. So as all the test cases are having one or the other tag of which we have mentioned in here, and all of them we have skipped using this symbol, no scenario was run. So what we can do is here is we will just define one scenario with no tags and we will then check again the result. So this scenario can be something like this. Close browser. This is a close browser test. And now subsequently we'll have to define the step definition also. So we'll do that. We'll just go in here, copy this. The snippet will be same. So whatever the code for this step, close browser step, that should be a part of this method. So we'll write in here. This is a close browser test. This is, so let's see this. This is okay. This is a web test. This is, so we'll just add this underscore in here. This should run. Oh, sorry, just a minute. To enter down. Okay, so now we are ready. And just save this and just quickly run. So now it will have to run the last test case. Let's quickly see. And now you can see the one scenario which is having no tags that got ran. So this scenario, close browser, this was run, and in this way, tagging is very helpful for achieving that which test case we need to run and which test cases we don't want to run. So suppose now whenever you will be writing this feature file, there will be a number of feature file and a number of step definition file, and in each feature file or step definition file, there will be hundreds and 200s of scenarios and everything. So each and every time you will not, there should be some method to segregate this as a part of smoke test, as a part of regression test. So tagging helps us in achieving this kind of things. So with the help of tagging, we can specify which test case will run as a part of smoke test, which will run as a part of regression test, or which will run as a part of end-to-end test. So with this, we come to an end of this video in the series that was on understanding tagging in Cucumber and how it works. Hope you have liked this, and do post all your questions, suggestions in the comment section below. So see you soon with more Cucumber related content, and till then, have a great time. Thank you.